Welcome back, everyone, to today's Explainer. So today, we're taking a really focused look at a pretty fascinating educational platform, the AI and Robotics Club. Honestly, if you've ever found yourself wondering how on earth to transition kids from just mindlessly playing video games to actually building the technology themselves, well, you're absolutely in the right place. We're going to unpack the source material straight from their channel to see exactly how they're empowering the next generation with some seriously cutting-edge skills. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. The entire core of the AI and Robotics Club's philosophy can basically be summed up in one simple but honestly brilliant phrase. The future belongs to creators, not just users. It's a massive paradigm shift, right? I mean, we spend so much of our lives just passively consuming technology, but this source material is entirely dedicated to flipping that script completely. It's all about teaching young minds how to actively build, program, and innovate. It's giving them the ultimate toolkit to shape their own future.
Here is our roadmap for today's Explainer. First, from users to creators. 2. Tools of the trade. 3. The hybrid learning model. 4. Beyond just coding. And finally, number 5, start your robotics journey. Section 1. From users to creators. Building the foundation.
What's really interesting here is just how incredibly accessible they make this whole journey. Their primary target audience is kids and teens, so roughly ages 8 to 16, along with STEM students and homeschool learners in the US. And, it's also a massive resource for parents who realize that robotics is super important for their child's future, but frankly just have no idea where to even start. And here's the crucial part. The platform caters to absolute beginners, literally zero experience required. The AI and Robotics Club assumes you know absolutely nothing about coding or electronics on day one, and they've designed this on-ramp to be as smooth, welcoming, and intimidation-free as humanly possible.
And it's really important to realize that we're not just talking about memorizing lines of code here. When you look at the core skills they're developing, it's honestly a masterclass in broader cognitive development. They're basically using robotics as a Trojan horse to teach rigorous logical thinking, intense problem solving, and just boundless creativity. Ultimately, what they're really building is confidence. Think about it. When a child realizes they can command a physical piece of hardware to do exactly what they want it to do, that innate fear of complex technology just completely vanishes. It gets replaced by this deep, lasting confidence in their own capabilities, which is huge.
All right, let's move on to Section 2, Tools of the Trade, Hardware and Software. Now, you might think a kid's channel would stick to, simple toy blocks or dumbed-down apps, but the AI and Robotics Club introduces students to legit, industry-standard tools right out of the gate. We're talking real, heavy-hitting programming languages like Python and C++. They're having these kids work with actual microcontrollers, things like Arduino and Raspberry Pi. They break down real-world electronics basics, teaching kids exactly how physical sensors and motors interact with software. And they also utilize M-Block for smart projects, which is just fantastic if you're a visual learner. I mean, these are the exact same foundational tools used by professional engineers out in the real world, just scaled perfectly so a student can build their very first robot right at their kitchen table.
Section 3. The hybrid learning model, YouTube plus Udemy.
And this brilliantly illustrates how they actually deliver all this. It's a two-pronged hybrid system, and it's highly effective. They know parents and students often get totally overwhelmed by tech at first. So on YouTube, you get free learning. These are selected, accessible lessons that are absolutely perfect for just dipping your toes in the water and sparking that initial curiosity. But if a student gets hooked and decides they really want to go deep, they seamlessly connect them over to Udemy. That's where the club offers comprehensive, fully structured courses with step-by-step projects. It's such an efficient educational funnel. You get that accessible discovery phase on YouTube, followed by rigorous, structured mastery on Udemy.
Section 4. Beyond just coding, holistic education.
So the AI and Robotics Club clearly understands that being a modern tech creator isn't just about soldering wires and typing syntax all day. Alongside the hard technical skills, things like Scratch programming from MIT, robotics miniature modeling, and even incredibly relevant courses like ChatGPT for kids, they deliberately pair those with dedicated courses on life and creative skills. This includes social and online safety, which, let's be real, is absolutely vital for any kid on the internet today. They also teach visual design with Canva, animation with OpenTunes, and even specialized math for future coders. It's a truly holistic STEM education. They're nurturing both the analytical left brain and the creative right brain at the exact same time.
Section 5. Start your robotics journey. Take the first step.
So, the crucial point here is how they actually structure the day-to-day student experience. They don't just dump 100 videos on you and wish you the best of luck. They actively frame the whole thing as an adventure.
Step 1 is simple. Just start. Embrace that you have zero experience. Step 2 involves diving into their YouTube playlists, specifically this fantastic series they call their 100 Mission Hero Journey. I love that framing. It literally turns learning Python into this epic quest. And finally, step 3 is taking all that foundational knowledge, completing the structured Udemy courses, and culminating the whole thing by building real, tangible robots yourself.
What's also incredibly grounding about this is that the initiative isn't just happening behind a glowing computer screen. The source material highlights their offline, real-world application through these totally free orientation workshops, like the ones hosted in Lahore by their founder, S.A. Mahmood. And with over 25 years of teaching and coaching experience across 22 different countries, he brings a lot to the table. These live sessions offer kids and parents hands-on demos of actual robots and AI tools. It creates this incredibly supportive physical environment that brings the whole online curriculum to life. It proves to these students that the digital skills they're learning have real, tangible weight and application out in the physical world.
Which brings us to the ultimate question laid out by the AI and Robotics Club. Are you ready to build the future? We've seen how they transform absolute beginners into confident creators, using those industry-standard tools, that brilliant hybrid learning model, and a surprisingly holistic curriculum that prioritizes creativity and safety right alongside the code. But, as we all know, knowledge without action is really just trivia. So, I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. In a world that's increasingly being run by algorithms, AI, and automation, will you and the next generation be the ones who are programmed by it, or will you step up and be the ones writing the code? Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer today, and I highly encourage you to go explore the source material and take that very first step from user to creator.